All right, the next one we're going to go to is all right. We're going to be looking at. I'll be watching him, his YouTube channel, Anton Daniels. If you ever seen it, if you haven't, I follow him as well. But basically, a woman is talking about you have to pay my bride price. So this is what African women. Okay, well, I know African culture. I've heard that in African cultures they have bride prices, but let's see what she is talking about. And what Anton Daniels has to say about it. If you haven't seen him, go check out his stuff. He's a very smart, wealthy man. But let's go.
Requirements for a husband since y'all want to bother my dad so much about my hand in marriage. Okay, first, I'm gonna want my own room, my own bathroom, and a walk-in closet in the house because I did grow up a little bit spoiled, so I don't really like to share. Like, you're gonna be my husband though, so we can have like sleepovers, but yeah. You'd need to have enough money for help around the house because I'm not a good cook. The most I do is bake. Um, Also, I would want help with like cleaning and stuff. And if children are in the equation, help with that because I will be working. I would also want an educated man, so bachelor's, master's, doctorate, or if that's not your route, like ambitious, have a couple businesses, stuff like that. Next on the list is you're gonna have to be taller than me, so 6 foot at least. Funny because, I like to crack a
Not
joke,
surprised
so
about the
you
six
gotta be
foot.
able to, banter and like take a joke. I honestly don't really care to get married, but if like it happens and he meets the requirements, then yeah. Let me know if you guys want a part two.
So she actually did do a part two, and we're gonna review the part two. But have y'all ever seen that test? It's like something that they do online, and I've seen guys walking around actually asking women what it is that they were looking for from men. And they have a whole bunch of requirements and they put in whatever their preferences are. And then it spits out a percentage of men that are available and the possibility of them getting married based
I became a group coordinator with Ultimate Break because I had
Buddy's ass
already
gonna
been
kill me,
inviting my
but
off of whatever
I'm not
criteria that they
paying
put
for
in.
YouTube
And
Premium.
it's like astronomically low, like
At least not yet.
less than 1% chance from them to actually find a person that they have on their list of preferences. And one of the things that we see online a lot of times in the comments and from women is that they are not willing to settle. And it doesn't matter if they beautiful, it doesn't matter if they not beautiful, kids, no kids, or whatever. The new themes are decenter men, meaning that they don't really care what men think anymore. And the second thing is they are unwilling to settle and they raise their standards regardless of what their past history is. It don't matter if they was for the streets or if they're a virgin. It don't matter if they're a single mother or if they don't have any kids. They continue to raise their standards as they get older, and it's almost though they don't understand the sexual marketplace. Now, I will say for this girl right here, she looks really pretty. And I mean, I know that she may not be for some of y'all, but objectively speaking, just to be, transparent so that we can have this conversation in honesty. And
Let me break down a little bit of what I was thinking as well. But Anton is right. But seems like some women don't understand how what you say and what you have done in your past affects your future potential on who you can get in life. I feel like men are very good at knowing, looking at themselves and saying, all right, I'm this, this, and this. I have this, this, and this going for me, and I can reasonably say that this is what I'm looking for in a woman. Yeah. There are some men who are delusional as well, but reasonable. You make good money. You're a good guy. You can say you want a good, down to earth woman. You're not too picky about some of the things, as long as she's willing to help out and help you move forward, and you're fine with that. But women say they can be 5 kids, and they say they still want someone who's making a buckload amount of money, but they can find it, but sometimes, a lot of times they can't. But let's keep going into it.
go over exactly what her preferences are and what she's looking for from men, she looks really pretty, in my opinion. I have a preference for chocolate. Not saying that I'm
She's
interested
not
in her,
ugly. Of
because
course not.
Tom Dog is already doing whatever it is that he's doing.
She
But
seems young, but might just be a mindset.
chocolate, well spoken, decent looking, look pretty slim, probably has a decent body, and seems to be well educated. However, I could just tell you right from the outset that the criteria that she has seems to be a little bit on the egregious side, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know why women say that you have to be educated, for example, master's, bachelor's, doctorate, or whatever, but they don't specify exactly what you need to be educated in, because anybody could get educated. Anybody can have an underwater basket weaving degree. Anybody can have a liberal arts degree. Anybody can have an arts degree. Anybody can be.
If you know Anton and watch his videos, he loves saying underwater basket weaving degree. And if you know what those are, it's degrees that spend all this money to get and don't get you any money. Let's be simple. Let's be simple about it. You could be going to school for trying to take a 4-year college degree or something that's not gonna make you money yet. You could have just got a 2-year degree, save some money, but Jesus.
Have a degree in African American studies, what a, you know what I'm saying, a focus in diversity, equity, and inclusion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you having a degree does not necessarily mean that that translates into success. Secondly, all of this criteria about she don't cook, she could bake a little bit, she's not interested. If she has kids, you basically have to hire a nanny. Might as well not even deal with you. You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody is putting.
What are you doing? I'm. See, I've always seen it where I have a wife, eventually get a wife. I'm fine if she wanted to stay home. If we'll live within my budget that I make, make pretty good, but be living within my means. And then if she wanted to do something on the side, that's fine. But hey, we can work that out together. But I mean, if we got kids, I would hope that you would want to take care of the kids. I definitely feel like it'd be nice to I'll go through and work, and you'll take home and take care of the kids while I'm at work. But I'm not just gonna drop off my stuff and then go sit in front of the TV. No, I don't. I'm gonna help with the kids, talk to the kids, help them with bath time. I'm a parent as well. I'm not gonna. You're gonna take the heavy load of the kids, but it's understandable. I'm still gonna be there. I'm still gonna be there, helping out and providing.
A criteria for love. Nobody is saying that, yo, I gotta like you. You have to be spiritual. I like for you to be a good person, great work ethic, because nobody wants to build with anybody anymore. Everybody wants to meet you at the finish line, but the things that you're requiring doesn't necessarily translate into you having an ideal person, because that person could be an asshole. They can have a bad attitude. They could, at some point be kicking your ass. She didn't say whether or not they had to have kids.
That is very, very true. I feel like it's always better to build up. If you can always build up with somebody, trying to meet someone who's already a finished product it's a hard task. They're already set in their ways.
Kids or not, or what their family structure is, and all of that stuff. So the things that women are listing and naming are all.
But his ass gonna try to kill me.
All superficial.
I'm not paying for you,
which is fleeting, right? Because if you don't have the other things that go with it that allows for you to really be able to enjoy it with the person that you're with, you having a bunch of stuff don't mean anything. It's not going to translate into a successful relationship or a successful marriage. But before we continue this conversation, she did have a part 2. Now, I didn't see the part 2 yet. I seen part 1, but here's part 2.
Let's talk about it.
This is part 2 of my requirements for a husband, so I can weed out all the people asking my dad for my hand in marriage. You will have to pay my bride price even if I marry outside of my culture. I feel like that's just like a testament to showing my family that you can actually take care of me.
Never, ever. I know that it's a lot of guys that's okay with spending money and paying a bride price. Who the hell even knows what this price is? Never, ever. I just gotta like you and I gotta be willing to build with you. At this age, as an older man, I don't even, this is not even relevant to me at all. As a younger man,
He's a married man.
especially probably somebody that's more her age, absolutely not. Basically, she's telling you that she wants an older guy that is already established and has lived life and has built himself up and built businesses. They are not interested in building with the young guys that ultimately.
I don't know if that is true. Bride price, if my understanding is correct, a bride price is very prevalent in the African culture. But I may be mistaken. If I was an African born in Africa, I'm a black American, but if I was born in Africa, grew up in that culture, I might be fine with paying a bride price if that's just the norm. I don't know anything outside of that, but let's keep going.
Ultimately is probably going to be best for them and turn out to be successful also. Never, under any circumstances. Yeah, Anton, that used to be back in the, no, that used to be back in the day in a certain place. This is America. That's not what I do here. That's not what we do here. No bride prices, but she's weeding through it. It's okay for you to have preferences. So let's see what else you got to say.
You can never
Preferences
raise
are
your
always
voice
fine.
or curse at me. I will leave immediately. I'm absolutely keeping my last name, and I don't want my whole family to have the same last name. So you'd have to take my last name.
You want me to take your last name?
Yo, we might as well just say that all of these women are unreasonable, and any simp that decides to put himself in this position is absolutely out of his mind.
I'd be
You
naming
got to
my
take her last name.
kids as well. I don't know if you guys know
She
anything
told.
about African weddings, but that's gonna be like a 3-part affair.
Oh, she.
Okay, yeah. I know she's in Africa, so bride price is normal for the African culture. I've seen African weddings. They are very extravagant, very nice. But taking your last name? My businesses are going to have my last name on them. The name that I grew up with, worked hard, and I would want to have my kids to have my last name. I would hope that my wife would take my last name as well. That's, I feel like that's not an option for me. Some people might be fine with it, but for me, no.
At least 2 vacations a year. I would like someone well traveled, and like traveling is a hobby of mine, and I'm trying to hit every single country in the world. So I'd want someone that shares that same interest. Someone that speaks at least 3 languages, because I speak 3 languages, and I'd want our kids to speak 3 languages. So the teaching starts at home. These are all things that I can provide for myself or will be able to provide for myself. So if I do let a man into my life, he's going to have to upgrade me. Okay? Let me know if you guys want a part 3.
Nah.
They love to say that. Everyone loves to say, these are the things that I can provide for myself. And the man I'm with needs to be able to help upgrade me. But, Jesus.
All right. So again, I think that see the first one was just like, yo, this is a little bit egregious. This one is just out of control. Nah, never. Under no circumstance. I don't know any guy personally. I know a lot of guys that are well spoken, well traveled, make a whole lot of money and have a whole lot of options and don't even care to get married or care to be tied down or care what you think about them in the first place. I know a lot of guys from a lot of different cultures and a lot of different places inside of the United States of America, and none of them, and I mean absolutely none of them, would ever subject themselves to this in the first place. The very idea that their kids have to take on your name and he'd be willing to switch over his name to be yours, it's almost like I'm not sure if she's serious or if she's trolling. If she's serious, I hate to say this, but I think that she probably gonna be by herself for the rest.
If she's serious, I don't think she can get an American man. An American man will not go for this. An African man, I don't know. I am not born and raised in Africa. I don't know, because I know, like I said before, like I said, the bride price, I've heard that is a common thing. They pay the family as a common thing in their culture. I can't imagine where I need to pay the family of the woman I'm about to marry to marry her. No, she's gonna come. I'm gonna protect, provide, and, like, of course you're my family, and I'll definitely look out and help. But if you needed it, but no, if you're coming into no. So I'm almost done with this video. Let's finish it off.
Of her life. And if she's okay with that, and if she's cool with that, which it seems like she is cool with that, then cool. No African weddings, and we in the United States of America. We don't acquiesce over into what it is that you do. Basically, you just got to be a super simp and a super beta, and be willing to give away all your stuff. But I haven't heard or seen or listened to her describe anything that she would give in return that would actually validate this man.
That is the biggest part. She didn't specify anything she can do to get this from the man that she wants, because you just being pretty is not enough to, I mean, she did say she can bake, but it didn't hit to the core of who she is. And well, it might just be just the superficialness of this video, but it's no.
Justifiably, as awesome as he is, be willing to jump through the mire to be a part of her life. It just doesn't make sense to me. But y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the chat. Make sure y'all tap into the page.
Like I said, that was Anton Daniels. I'll probably be reviewing more of his stuff, and he has a couple channels out there that he does with after hours and morning shows. So I'll probably be reviewing some of his videos. All right, everybody, remember this is AC Reviews the Word. Remember to like and subscribe.